We're live. Welcome to the fight, people. It's been what, a week? Has it been a week?
Yeah, we
Been
took 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. We
oh,
took
that's
off
right. It
last
has been
week.
2 weeks. Yeah, well, we took 2 weeks for a good reason. We got this guy.
Everyone, meet Brad Talton Jr., the president of Level 99 Games, and the maker
Uh,
of Battlecon and Exceed and a bunch of other awesome games.
so I'm this guy for this week. Is that right? What I'm
You are
supposed to
this
understand?
guy.
Yep.
You
Okay,
are
okay.
this guy.
This guy, and then it switched over to Matt, and I was like, oh, that guy. Where was he
Oh, no,
at?
no, no. I have full control of the camera. Totally locked on you right now, sir.
Okay. Well, it's great to
Thank
be
you.
here with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming to Total Justice Gaming.
Cool. So tell me what you'd like to talk about, and I'm here to answer all of your questions about Indians, UFS, and Exceed. Although not actually all your questions about Indians UFS because I can't talk about it yet either.
Well,
Or
I
so
mean,
we
if
decided.
you do, my phone will go off, and Nathan will be, "Why are you doing this?" And then I just
the,
sit there and make this like friend show. We're not
the
affiliated.
the DEF CON levels go up as the show
Well,
goes
now
on.
see, here's the wonder and beauty of it. We love Jasco games, but if we ever get in trouble, we are entirely fringe.
Yeah.
So let's start off with just telling everyone who you are for people who may not know about Indines and whatnot.
Okay. Well, so my name is Brad Talton. I am a game designer, and I primarily work on board games, although we're moving into video games and video game adaptations from our card games. But I run a company called Level 99 Games, and we've been in business since about 2010, building games. Our first big game was BattleCon, War of Indians, which is a head-to-head fighting game. Unlike UFS, it's a standalone box game, and it contains 18 different fighters. Each fighter comes with about 9 different cards that they merge those 9 cards with a packet of generic cards, and all those come together to form a complete character. And you choose a character, your opponent chooses a character, and they duel with each other. First one to knock the opponent out wins. So standard dueling game fare. Um, the kind of unique point for our BattleCon was that every character has a unique ability, UA, and the UAs in BattleCon are like completely different subsystems. We have one character who can gain levels during a fight. We have one character who has a pet who follows her around the battlefield and helps fight. We have another character who has a tech tree that advances during the game.
I love the
Uh,
character.
yeah, all kinds of different abilities, and each ability will force your opponent to kind of play the game in a totally different way. So BattleCon was a big hit, and since then we've done 2 more boxes and done a remastered edition of the first box. So there's about 60 different fighters in the game, and those characters are all from a world called Indines. Indian started out as an RPG world, but it eventually became the world for BattleCon, and that is what it's most known for. It's a huge world. It's got tons of lore written for it, tons of artwork, all done by Nokomento, who was originally actually a member of Gunship Revolution, who does a lot of the UFS art. So there is actually a back connection. She did a lot of the art for Raiden in the King of Fighters set, actually. So
We have,
you may
we have a rated fan.
excellent, excellent. Yeah, she was kind of low on the totem pole at Gunship, and I think that's why she got Raiden. But she's really good, really, really
I
good.
actually got her to sign. She was at Gen Con. It was not
Yeah,
this year,
we
last year,
we
right?
had her as our booth guest last year.
And I had she was able to. I actually had one of my Raiden signed by her because I play like Raiden as my competitive one of my
Okay.
competitive characters.
Yeah, I remember. So we met at Gen Con then. This is not our first crossing.
It is not, sir. I also met you during a discussion with Jason. Played your
Yeah,
wonderful game.
yeah, I remember because your voice sounds really familiar.
I
I
stood by the booth. I stood by the booth while one of my friends bought all your games.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes you an accomplice then. So you're a fan by
Battlecon's pretty
association.
fun.
Thank you guys.
So many characters.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of fighting games, and I was inspired for the unique abilities by Blaze Blue. For those of you who've played that.
I
Um, so anyway, so a few years down the road, we zoom in, and BattleCon is a very it's a very intense strategy sort of game, and I wanted to make something that was more of a like casual play it with your friends, play it with your family, easy to pick up. Sort of a game that was inspired by all the things that I had learned in games like Hearthstone and some of the online card games like Ascension and such. the games that were really accessible to people and really quickly clicked. And I wanted to take the basics of BattleCon, what I liked about that system, and bring it to this new audience. And so that's why I created Exceed, which is now up on Kickstarter. And so Exceed is a system that, kind of like UFS, we want to use different licenses each season. Some will be from fighting games, some will be from board games. Whatever we think that people want to see. And we've actually got a big discussion going on right now about what kind of games people want. So our first license is the Red Horizon characters from Jasco, to show a show of solidarity with our CCG brethren, because Exceed is still a standalone card game, not collectible. And so it's a different sort of paradigm in this fighting card game world that we're in. Anyway, did I catch up everybody good enough? Does that cover everything?
Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All right. I guess you've gone into a bunch of it in detail there, but what brought you and Jason together for this?
Yeah, it's like I sort of jump around, but so Jason found out about BattleCon, and he actually lived in Texas at the time and was driving through Albuquerque, where I live, and just called me up and said, hey Brad, my name's Jason. I run Jasco Games. We print UFS, and I saw your game BattleCon. I want to catch up, meet you, and hang out. And I was like, oh wow, UFS! I know this game because I actually had played it way back in the very first company that printed it. Yeah. So I played the I think I had the Penny Arcade box actually, and it didn't click for my friends because they were all Magic players and they wouldn't quit playing Magic. So I didn't notice it for a while, but I saw like the Soul Calibur set come out, and I saw the Tekken set come out, and back in the Fantasy Flight days, and I thought the game was dead until I learned that that Jason was still printing it and that he had all this new stuff. So anyway, so we got together, we sat down, we had some lunch, and we really hit it off. I mean, we're pretty similar personalities, and we like a lot of the same things in our gaming. So it was pretty easy for us to connect and click, and he gave me a bunch of UFS stuff, and now I have like 6 decks sitting in my backpack, and I play whenever I get the opportunity.
One of them's Joe, right?
One of them's Joe.
One of them's Joe, right?
Actually, 0 of them are Joe. It's yeah.
No, we're losing you. We're going through a tunnel.
Oh no. No, my main right now is Dimitri. So I'm playing Dimitri. He's pretty. He's got a lot of versatility, which I've enjoyed. I've been trying to pull BB Hood, but I've opened like 4 boxes and I still haven't found BB Hood. So yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. That's nature of the beast, right?
I'm gonna do my other job. There is this single store called Rochester CCG. I may work for that store and do a show for that store.
CCG now owes us 10% off all of our orders for name dropping them.
No.
20% on orders for BB Hood. Well, but yeah, it's so I play quite a bit. I played, but I actually got in, and everything Jason gave me was Red Horizon, and I looked at the characters and I'm like, wow, the characters are really cool. The art's really good. Storyline seems pretty cool. So I could work with this. And when I was looking for a series to do, the first series of Exceed, I called him up and I said, hey, you've got all these characters and all this art ready to go. Can I use that in my game since it's been about a year since Red Horizon went out of cycle? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And so that's kind of the whole story. We got some info on all the new characters that were coming out, so you get a chance to see Heidi and Ulrich and Marathi, and if we hit one of our stretch goals, Sasha as well. And if we hit our highest stretch goal in this project, we are actually going to create art for Sebastian, which will make him a complete playable character, and he'll probably end up in Red Horizon 3 if we end up hitting that.
He's
So
they
it'll be
actually
back
just
to
announced Sebastian's going to be is a promo character for November
Yeah,
for UFS. He's actually really fun because they kind of kept his theme along with in the UFS. They kept this theme going where he's kind of like this he has a very niche ability retaining to combo cards, and they kind of just made his new character kind of have the same idea where it's like play a combo ability, clear a card. It's like that's pretty solid.
I would like to see more Sebastian. Now I don't care if Jeff already backed and got all the decks. I'm probably gonna have to back and get my own deck now.
It's true though. You know, it's those characters that you only see like once or twice, and you're like, man, what are they all about? But I've seen some of the art for like one of his moves that's like a promo move in the future, and it's pretty cool. Is that crossing a line? Can I say that there is a promo Sebastian move, attack move that is?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Fine.
Okay.
It's not like you're telling us what it does. That would be like
It's more a matter of the things that we get a no on are actually talking about what a card does.
Okay.
And licenses that they haven't officially announced yet.
Oh, okay.
We already know that they're coming, and we already know.
Yeah, I think I know everything you guys know.
On that one, and that's because we just were good detectives, and it was blatantly obvious.
Which one?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
That's a hard secret to keep.
Well, here was the thing. They got really mad at us for figuring out it was Street Fighter, but they had said themselves, Jasco has an event at this date. This date was San Diego Comic-Con. That particular date was the Street Fighter conference.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you went to Capcom's actual website, it said that Jasco Games with Jason will be there
during the Street Fighter.
So, like,
specifically the Street Fighter stuff.
Trouble, but I mean, it was basic detective work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you could miss that if you were looking for it. That all seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You know.
Back on track though.
I mean, I guess there is a difference between finding something out and telling everybody, you know. But it's just like posting up cheat codes online, right? I mean.
Oh yeah.
You know, if information exists, then it'll appear on the internet pretty quickly. No matter what.
Do not know what a cheat code is anymore. They don't know about those things anymore.
You know, that's funny too because cheat codes were made to get people on the internet so that they would talk about games online, and then. You know, and now we all go online. We don't even have cheat codes anymore. It's all DLC unlocks and whatnot.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like no. Now they come online to tell you how to get this achievement.
Yeah, I guess that's true. The secret achievements
are.
Or
you're like,
are pretty cool.
you download the mod. You're like, oh, I'm gonna download this mod. It makes the game different. Like for my Skyrim game, it's modded. Like it's 6 ways to Sunday at this point. I'm just like. Yeah. I don't even know if this thing's supposed to be in the actual game anymore. I don't care. It's a great side quest.
Yeah, the game just Well, anyway, mods are a whole show to themselves. So.
You mentioned you brought along with you some fantastic character art. Would you be able to share that with us?
Oh yeah. I can show you some of the. So this is some of the art that we've created for the UFS Indines set that is coming up. So. Players who have seen, players who are familiar with the series will probably be able to tell which characters are showing up. But let me see if I can post these up. There we go. So here's one, and this is an attack art for Indines XC. Let me see. I think I picked all attack arts. Let's see how this one shows up.
All right, boys. So be ready for a call from Nathan at the end of this.
Yeah.
We're good. These arts.
Let's see. Let's see if this one shows up.
Well, they've all been shown up really, really well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can't see like the top and the bottom part of it. Like there's actually a guy in the background here that's being like teleported in half. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a weird thing with the art for trying to show a screen and show the art and show art sometimes on Hangout. It adjusts the screen to kind of try to fit it. It just never works.
Yeah, like you can see the character's head in this one, but it's kind of cut off a little bit.
But with the claws. That's all I want.
The one with the claws.
Anybody that's watching this in Nashville, I got dibs. I don't care if you buy the set. You're giving me that character. All this stuff.
You have to earn the character through tournament play, don't you? Like only when you win worlds with a character can you truly say they're yours.
No, I'm a scout. It doesn't work that way for me. I'm also really lazy and just waited till Joe was printed. That way, I just have to wait till he becomes unthing to become competitive.
What will it take to make Joe competitive then?
We don't
No
know.
rotating.
Joe's fine. People play him. He just has issues.
I'm a very relaxed gamer. This is just a pastime for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's, we talk a lot about tournaments and the big events, but really collectible card games are about getting together with your friends and like, oh my gosh, my deck is so cool. Oh my gosh, you built your deck specifically to counter mine. Oh my gosh, now I'm gonna like build this crazy jank thing out of these like 3 stupid cards that you can't stop at all. Or it only goes off once in every 50 games, but when it does, it's so amazing. Like that's why we play these games, right? That's
Yeah.
that's what we want.
Like, this is why I'm looking forward to Exceed, because I could just pick up these awesome-looking characters that I've liked from Red Horizon, never gotten to play for a while, and I don't have to think about any crazy decks just to play to win. I can just pick up a deck and play.
Yeah, it's true. It's nice to play, for casual play. It's nice to just be able to pick up a character and go and kind of have that thematic experience right out of the gate.
Yeah.
We have one level of customization where you can mash 2 characters together and make a tag team. And all you do is you take both characters and you shuffle them up, and that's ready to go.
Yeah.
But you don't have to gauge your the statistics of your deck. You don't have to do a lot of meta analysis. You can just roll out and play. And if you want to get really into that element of it, then the game has enough depth through the different systems like boosting and and ultras and exceed modes. It's got enough options that you can become a skilled player, but you don't have to be skilled to play.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for this, because I love the new art for Ulrich. Just look at the Kickstarter right here. And when I first got back into this game years ago, like when Red Horizon came out, all he had was a promo card that was awful, but he looked awesome. So I just played the crap out of him anyways.
That deck was so annoying.
Let me pull that up.
I played Marathi for so long. Like I used to play for a long time, and then I really didn't get back in until King of Fighters came out. So I played a little bit in Red Horizon. Like somebody got me a Marathi, and I'm like, all right, playing this guy, let's go. And it's just like, have fun. Like, that's all. Like that's all I like about UFS. UFS is my have fun game. I always try to win with the weirdest things. So. Like my deck we're playing a Pro Circuit the event this weekend. I'm playing a really fun deck. That's all I can tell everybody.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I will bring my fun deck to the tournaments because I don't really, I don't need to play optimally. I need to have fun, and that's what you're there for.
Yeah, I can't wait. We have 2 major events coming up soon. Like we have a Pro Tour Circuit event we're going to tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Where's that at?
In Poughkeepsie, New York.
Oh, okay.
The winner of it gets a plane ticket to Vegas.
Is that for Worlds or just to visit?
Yeah, it's for Worlds.
Worlds.
They switched Nationals and Worlds around, so they could say Worlds is in Vegas now. And then we have a big 2K event here in Rochester. Where the owner of Rochester CCG's run this big event where he's giving out large amounts of store credit for top 8. I just can't wait for those to be done so I can just relax and play fun decks.
Yeah.
See, here's the difference on everybody, though, Brad. I'm actually in a very fledgling meta. These 2 are like out in the trenches and fighting all over the place in a very hardcore meta.
So when they say let's have fun, it's like serious. It's way more serious business than what you or I would bring to the table.
Yeah. My tournaments are teaching tournaments.
Oh, okay.
You guys are in there trying to pull every ultra rare they possibly can and see how it works.
Like our weekly here in Rochester is like multiple previous world and national champions are playing in our tournament every week.
So this is a really fun deck that happens to have 4 Trinity Geysers in it. That's the idea?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, over on Joe's side, this is a really fun deck that has 4 charged Protobusters in it.
This, it all reminds me. It actually reminds me a lot of the last crossover that we did with Jaska, which was for our project Millennium Blades. Do you guys remember that, or did you see that when it came out?
I heard about it, but Jeff never showed me.
Okay, so we did the project back in I want to say June, July-ish, but the game's coming out early 2016, and it is a CCG simulator card game. So you start out on pre-release night, you get a starter deck, you play with your friends, and then after that like mini tournament, the store opens up and there's all these booster packs on the table, and you just buy cards and you sell cards and you turn in your collections to the player rewards program to get promo cards, and you try and trade with your friends. You junk your old cards so you can turn over new cards.
I
Yeah,
am
Amazing.
Yeah, you
Why
build-
have I
you
not?
build-
Why have I not seen this before? I
Yeah,
can't wait to try this.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
When that's
So we
closer
just
to
sent
coming
that to
out,
press.
I'm gonna have you back on.
We'd be happy to tell you about it when it comes back. But it's for the players who play these collectible card games, it's we've tried to capture all the different things.
It's the
like,
rush of the market. It's literally
Yeah.
the rush of the market.
Like,
That's great.
you can win the game by winning tournaments, but you can win the game by getting rich in the aftermarket. And you can win the game just by trading cards to your friends and making friends, or just by building like the biggest collection in the world. You can win by collecting, by being a master collector. There's a lot of paths to victory, and each one kind of mirrors the things that we love about collectible card games, all the different ways there are to play and experience these games.
Alright.
Anyway,
So-
but that's another project. That's another
Alright.
project.
So to stay back on topic, I need to ask, since you are Lord and Master and High Ruler over all of Indines, who do you want to see join the fight in UFS?
Oh man, that's like asking someone to pick their favorite child. I mean, all the characters are really
We
cool.
won't tell.
Gonna say
We won't tell the cards.
All the characters are
Like Daddy
really
got the
cool.
best.
I think the character that I would be most interested to see in UFS would probably be Thesala, the character with the evolution tree. The character who basically has the tech tree and gain like divergent powers as the match goes on. But I think that Tom said to me in a pretty strong way, like or just Jason said to me in a pretty strong way, we're not bringing back stances. So this is going to be, this is something that's more difficult to do in this game.
Not really. I
So-
mean, all they got to do is make multiple versions of them and then make them stackers.
Yeah.
You did that with Cody.
Well,
No, let's not go back to Cody.
Oh, come on. You want to start off with Red. What's his name?
I will say after I've gone through and I've read the only characters I've been with BattleCon and the Indian stuff that I've really been is like mainly stuff from the base set, and it's Luke von Gogh.
Mhm.
Yeah, like steampunk historian dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I just I went to college as a history major, and it's like you really hard to make a history major guy look cool, and it's like, okay, cool. This guy is like historian. I like that type of stuff. I always got amused by that. I like the one art I have for him. He's just like bow tie and like archaeologist gear. Like, let's go.
The artist that did him said that he actually used Jim Gordon as the model, like the commissioner from Batman. so he kind of has that vibe to him. And there's actually in one of the original arts for him, there's a TARDIS as an Easter egg, like way in the background.
And now we're officially sued by the BBC. Now, I gotta say, the character I want most in Indians that's coming up is Callister Flarechild. But
Okay.
honestly, because no one knows this, but I dabbled in Magic very briefly. I did not enjoy the community I was in, so I quit the game. But I love Chandra and I love Flarechild. I always loved pyromancers.
There's something about that Fire Girl trope that just shows up everywhere, and it's still compelling even after Chandra and Phoenix and all the other ones that are out there. So I think it's something that appeals to people, although I'm not quite sure why.
You need to make a redhead lightning mage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
We do have a lightning mage. Let me see if I can pull up her art.
So many characters, I've maybe never seen her.
There's like there. Well, she's actually coming out in the next BattleCon game. She's not in this one yet. Let
And
me
then the
see.
other one I will hope to see is Tatsumi.
Yeah, Tatsumi is really cool. We actually. Oh, I gotta show you this one because
Yeah.
we
Callister I like.
just.
I
So
also
the person who won Worlds this year for BattleCon played Tatsumi. And so to celebrate his victory, because we do it kind of like kind of like Jason, where we make a promo card and a playmat, and so he asked for this art
Sold.
for Tatsumi and Judo.
Sold.
That's pretty cool.
So that'll be available pretty soon through our for you to download and have an extra character kit for her. But yeah, it's fun. That's the main thing.
What event do you run your Worlds at? Did you run it at Gen Con?
We run it at Gen Con. Yeah,
Okay.
and I call it Worlds because it's actually the only sanctioned event in the world. So, but this year we're actually ramping up tournament play. So we're gonna have other sanctioned events at the regional level. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to practice the game and get a lot better at it because I like the game a lot. I like how there's no luck involved. Basically, it's all just outguessing your opponent. I'm just really bad at it. It's probably because I just keep every time I play with like a completely new character, and then so is my friend, so I just have no idea what's going on.
There are a lot of characters. That's one thing that we're working on, I guess, in the future, is to make the characters a little easier to pick up than they have been. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but you probably see it in UFS too, is that when you design your first set, you do a lot of simple, straightforward effects. And then when you design your second set, you kind of like get into the deeper combo type effects. And so you might see it too with Jason's design. Like Red Horizon, when it came out, was really, and King of Fighters too, were really effect dependent and not so much stat dependent as past sets. And as you, I guess, kind of as you mature as a designer, you sort of like step back to making the stats, making the big effects more potent, and coming up with more novel effects. And so I think we're seeing that we saw it in Mega Man, right? That we stepped off of the big crazy text boxes, and now everything is straightforward, but they're effects that really matter, as opposed to things that are very combo dependent. So I think you can actually kind of trace the evolution of UFS, and BattleCon's evolved the same way. When we did the first box, it was a lot of very straightforward characters, and then the second box we had crazy effects, and then the third game we've tried to sort of rein it back in to make it more so it's a combination of novel effects and the strong core powers. So anyway, so just a little insight on how these things come together.
Just back to talking about characters real quick, though. I think Callister is another one I like. Also, because he's the only one I've played multiple times, because I like him the most. Eligor.
Yeah, Eligor is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the that counter attacker, like I get stronger as I block your attacks.
Yeah.
It's kind of insult to injury, because not only do you block everything, but you also hit back harder.
Like I really like Templar type characters, one of the things. He just seems awesome in that word.
He's probably one of my favorites too. Although he's actually I don't want to say evil, but like he's supposed to be sort of good and also but like a self-righteous, self-absorbed type of character. So on the side of good, but a personality that you wouldn't normally associate.
A narcissist Templar.
Pretty much, but a little more than that even, I think.
I like this character even more.
Like he wants to save the world so that he can be a famous hero, not for any other reason. He doesn't have anybody he cares about or any like high moral ground. He's like, I just want to be famous, so I'm gonna go save the world.
That sounds so like Boom Tsushigami from
Tsushigami.
yeah, like as I like that, yeah, like
yeah.
Bang. He's just like, yep, I just want to be famous. Any means necessary. Let's go. But that's more from the anime where they really made his character like that. It wasn't really in the game.
All right,
Yeah.
we are coming up on the 20-minute mark, so let's switch over to the promos. Brad, you are more than welcome to throw your 2 cents in along with us. We'd love to have your opinions on these cards.
Yeah, sure.
I believe Baelkor is on one of the cards.
He is. In fact, he goes very well in a Dimitri deck.
So I haven't seen these yet, so I have to zoom in and see what you guys are.
I will do my best to read these. Some of the text is a little small, guys, so if I get it wrong, I apologize.
Do you want me to read them? Because I have the text right on my screen.
Oh, I got it. I can translate them. Okay. So first all we got is Sevison. You're taking my only bit away from me, Matt. Don't do that. It's all I do on this show anymore is read cards. We got Sevastin, who's a 627. He is Chaos, Good, and Water. He's got Response once per turn. After you play a combo ability, add one card from your card pool to your Momentum. And then Form Commit, discard your hand, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of cards discarded. That is really good.
Meet the next good geyser character.
No. Finale Rosso.
Oh, I know. We discussed the Finale Rosso of insanity this guy allows.
There's a reason why I just bought 3 Finale Rossos.
That must have cost a pretty penny.
It cost this pile of cards.
Alright, so what do we think about him?
He's good. He's a great character promo. I want to say I think he's the most. He's the most diverse option of the ones so far because he doesn't have any like Satoshi had the weapon restriction kind of thing going where like you had to kind of play weapons. He was kind of a hand control. The Reese the same thing. You're playing weapons and punches out of the new promo characters. Sebastian's like a lot of decks play combo abilities now.
There are just a lot of combos on those symbols.
Like it's the perfect build. Like, he's just got the right symbols for combo. He's gonna have a lot of fun. He has a dig effect, which like dump your hand, draw like. There's some ways to card advantage on those symbols, especially Good and Water right now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like play 2 attacks, pitch 6, draw 6, keep going. That's really good.
Brad?
You know, I am not in meta enough to say how he'll combo with the decks that I have. He does feel a little bit like Reese with the discarding cards, but he gets them into momentum, and I believe Reese just puts them in the discard, so he's even
Correct.
stronger than Reese in this sense. The dig effect seems like it's gonna also build into that combo engine, but it also gives you a lot of flexibility. You don't have to commit really heavily because you get basically a mulligan every single turn.
Yeah.
So you can stash a lot of really good blocks and a lot of really dangerous attacks in your deck. Some of the big finishers because you don't have to commit to them if you draw them. You can just pass on and get to the next thing. So I think that it's the flexibility that allows is going to be pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he allows they've made characters like this in the past with ability like that, where just the ability to just dig. It's like, oh, I drew 6 foundations. Oh, let's try again. So for people that don't like losing to dead draws, i.e. me, it seems like a very fun character to play. I think he's going to be one of the better 6-handers.
I really do think so, too. Let's move on to Caden. So this is Caden 3 drop. He is 534, Death, Earth, and Void. First enhance, once per turn, make a control check of X or better. If your non-attack card is completely...
Non-throw.
Non-throw, thank you. If your non-throw attack is completely blocked, your opponent loses X vitality. X equals your attack's printed damage, and then response commit after your opponent plays an attack, reduce its speed to 0. If you block that attack, add the card you blocked with back to your hand. So the first issue with Caden is not that he's not a very good card. He's a very good card. I really like him off of Earth utilizing Crash Man stuff. That way they're screwed no matter if they partially block, or full block. The biggest problem I have with Caden is that he's a 5 hand size, and we are in a meta that has ever hopeful, meaning no matter how good he may be, you're going to get resource denied left and right and pretty much never have a field.
To let Brad know,
Yeah,
Ever
tell me
is,
ever hopeful.
it's a 3 difficulty 5 check unique foundation with a +3 mid block that has 2 abilities. One is enhance, add this card to your hand, add 1 foundation in your opponent's staging area to their hand. So you can bounce any of their cards that you don't like. And then response, discard a momentum. After you play this card, add it to your staging area. So if you have momentum, you can keep on bouncing it and replaying it after every attack.
And you can do it. You can play it. You can, after you block with it, you can discard momentum and bring it it back down as well.
Yeah, that is seems pretty dangerous.
So for a 5-hander that can't build as well, putting foundations back in their hand is really rough.
Yeah. Do we have any foundations in meta that are bounce immune or flip immune or anything like that? Because it seems like
there are foundations that are flip immune and destruction, but nothing that, like, if this card's bounce from your staging area, do something. There's nothing that's like that in the game right now.
So I guess it's not technically discarded from play either, since you return it.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the biggest issues going on in the meta right now, and it's not going to go anyway anytime soon because it's in a starter deck.
I see.
Like, it's not the end-all, be-all. It just, between that and a couple other things that have happened, it made it so just 5-handers aren't really viable anymore. They still make it.
Yeah. So 5-hand sizers, I've been playing like 5-hand sizers since Worlds. Like, I've been playing various ones, and sometimes you're able to play through, and you're like, okay, I played through your ever hopeful. I'm still playing 4 attacks this next turn. If they kill you, if they win, if I win, I win.
Yeah. But it seems like some of the King of Fighter stuff, like some of Maxima's attacks, would help you to break through that sort of a lock, since they all go down into and become foundations after attacking too. So you can, offense and build at the same time, the way that he did back then. But of course, I think all that stuff's out of rotation now. So
It's still legal.
no, it's still in.
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, he's got the same. He's got. I think he overlaps Earth with Maxima, right? So.
Earth and Void, I believe.
Yeah. So it should be a pretty viable thing to.
You're somewhat describing one of my decks.
Yeah.
I'm
just gonna say I like Caden, especially off of Void, because you can block with Leaf Shield. You can go like put it to 0, block with Leaf Shield, and then pick the Leaf Shield back up.
Stealing my thunder. Leaf Shield. It's my favorite card in the game right now. Leaf Shield's a card. It's an attack. It's just a 2 for 3. Like, it's a little dinky move, but it says after you block with it, you take no damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people will be calling it Omni Block.
I see.
If it's a mid block, you can just block anything. Be like, nope.
Yeah, and Caden can use it twice. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does seem pretty good, but not as good as Sebastian's, because with Sebastian, if you don't have the blocks, you just end your turn. You just recycle and end your turn and get blocks. So, well, I don't know. I think that you probably have to see more. You probably have to see the next sets to see whether he becomes viable.
Quite possibly. All right. Next up, we got Ether's Influence. It's a 0/5 +2 mid block. It's got not quite Sebastian symbols. Chaos, Earth, and Water. Enhance, remove from the game. Commit 2 foundations. At the top card of your opponent's staging area, face down into their card pool.
Top card of their deck, face down. Yeah.
Top card of their deck. Sorry. Then destroy 2 committed foundations. Add this card to your staging area face down. You may shuffle up to 3 cards from your discard pile into your deck.
I have.
This is the Joe Hill special.
Yeah, that's a Joe.
Joe Hill. Joe Hill's is a champ card from UK champs, and his champ card abuses playing non-attack cards by doing and this card it's gonna be an extended only deck, But I can't wait to play that in extended. I just feel like I'm going to play all these actions and put your opponent's deck into their card pool.
Don't lie, you're going to play Marcus Gaius with this card.
I have a much more ambitious plan.
What?
I want to play Jiffany, just the 820 blank character, in turbo format, and use the second enhance, and keep on shuffling 6 checks and copies of this card back into my deck, and then have a card draw engine off one of these symbols. I haven't figured that part out.
Water?
Yeah,
probably
since you destroy this when you use it, you could theoretically shuffle it back into your deck along with the other 2 cards by its own effect.
It's an
Is that right?
action.
No,
It's
but like, it's second E. It's second E is destroy 2 committeds at that. That's cost.
Oh, okay. But it's
And
not
then
E
effect is-
destroy and then and commit to. It's E destroy to committed. Okay.
Yeah. So the idea is like I'd play some attacks, tap down some things, play this, destroy tap down things, bring this down, play some more attacks, tap that, play another copy of this, destroy the first one that I played, and shuffle it and other cards in. So that way I could just keep on slowly readying some foundations by bringing in new ones. And playing off of Chaos with, there's a promo asset that came out from the winner of Nationals, I believe, last year. That's F commit. If the next card you play is an attack, all your checks get +1 till end of turn.
Champ cards aren't legal in Turbo, sir.
Damn.
Language?
Beat ya.
Okay. So I had this crazy idea. Maybe I can still try and do it with 60 cards. It's a little bit harder, but now I just need to remove half my deck from the game somehow.
Yeah, okay.
I try to play combo decks. I'm crazy.
Moving on, we have the hunt for spiders and dragons. So does that mean Natalie's spirit animal is a dragon?
I think Mei Lin's spirit animal is a dragon.
Yes, it's supposed to
I
be
thought Melee
Melee.
was a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so it's not so
Melee-
much a spirit animal as an actual animal.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I thought it's supposed to be a reference to Vespera and Melian.
oh, I thought he was going after both the succubuses. I didn't know that. Okay, so this is the hunt for spiders and dragons. It's 3 for 5, +3 low, chaos, death, and life. Response while it's in the card pool. After you play an attack, flip one of your opponent's foundations. Add this card to your staging area face down. Response flip after your death or life attack deals damage. Gain 2 vitality or your opponent loses 2 vitality. So, Brad, I'm going to turn this one over right to your opinions because, as I said, this may go Dimitri quite well.
Especially if you're off life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, just gaining a ton of life is really nice, and the damage is not always stellar either. So, the lose vitality could be pretty useful. I mean, it seems all around solid, but the high foundation cost is a little off-putting, and I don't know how many of these I would want to run in my deck specifically, especially given some of the other stuff that synergizes directly with Dimitri. But I think that I could probably work it in instead of take out a prepared a challenge or two and work that in.
Yeah, like Surveyor is really good with Dimitri because he could just play throws and then just keep on looping them back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do with my Dimitri deck. So that's why my problem I have with this. It's
I would
again-
play both. I think this card's great. I think this is because it's I like it because it's a tournament participation promo you're getting here, and I love this card. I can't wait to play it.
What I like about this card is it's our first solid answer to Ever Hopeful.
Yeah.
You play this card, then you play your attack, and then you flip their Ever Hopeful and bring it down.
Yeah, it also has a nice kind of tempo foundation too, because it'll pull itself out of the card pool. So you could do it that way.
You can play it as a block.
Yeah.
Play it as
If
a
you
block.
go block block reversal, then you go block or splat.
I see.
You're like block with this, splat, respond. Oh, that's gonna be great. Gave myself a chill.
Life is getting some toys.
Yeah. It needs them.
Just need a way to win. That's why I'm really hoping that there's a life character really good out of Indines.
Well, I could look at the notes, but
We probably.
I don't remember if there are any or not. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun set. I've seen the characters. I can tell you they're cool. I can tell you that I'm excited to play them. As you know, with my limited knowledge of the card pool, they've got me pretty excited. So I think people will have a lot of fun with it.
Cool. All right. So we're at the 8-minute mark. So guys, give us the PTC rundown.
All right. You want to go or should I go this week?
I got it. Okay. This weekend in Poughkeepsie, New York, we've got our next PTC at Matt name.
See, should have done it. It's at Champion Card Collector. Jack Hale's putting it up. He's doing a bunch of awesome things. We're going to be doing a last-minute get-together tomorrow night. So get a hold of Jack if you want to do something with us. We haven't figured out what we're doing yet. And then Saturday is the tournament. He's pulling out all the stops. He's got Neomax boxes, people. Neomax. If you have nothing to do this weekend, go show up. Get some Neomax. And then we're probably doing dinner and some other things that week after the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that is there are 2 events going across the world. Up in the frozen wasteland of Winnipeg, there is the Winnipeg PTC. If you go up there and you lose the tournament, you're stuck in the cold for the rest of the winter. And then there's also UK Nationals, a.k.a. the Garrett Brett Invitational, where he will come and win another card.
I don't know. Joe Hill's looking pretty strong. You've seen his Facebook.
He's got his battle makeup on for this.
No. His official name right now is Boy Joe.
My boy Joe. I would like to see Joe Hill win another champ card.
I mean,
I've heard his last there's a team card. There's a team asset coming out with reference to him, and I can't wait.
he's got to win another character card so you can use it in standard.
Yes.
He needs that battle makeup on too. That character card. Next character card, Joe needs the battle makeup.
And then after that is the Rochester CCG 2K. That will be here in Rochester. It'll be at the Millennium Lodge, and where is it, Jesse? Is it
Greece?
Park? Greece.
I don't know which. I don't think it's Greece Town Park, but it's Millennium Lodge. I don't know. I know it's. I know. I'm like. I Google mapped it one day. I'm like 5 minutes. I live 5 minutes from it.
It's on Rochester CCG's Facebook and on the webpage. You can still do pre-registration for it. Save $5, I believe, for pre-registering.
Yep.
Where he's pulling out stops, he's got free beer. In case anyone forgot.
Yep.
Free beer, a new playmat with Red Horizon art, which I really want that playmat now.
Drinking on the show.
Yep.
And
we just don't have to do it.
Man.
8-bit Gemini Man, who I still say that if you fuse all 4 of them, it becomes 32-bit Gemini Man.
So it becomes Gemini Man from Mega Man 7?
Yes.
Sure. Why not?
I don't know.
And then, like John said, very much that there will be guaranteed prizes every round of some sort. John really wants to break even on this, so please make the appearance. Have fun, guys. Come and join us.
We've got a lot of people. We've got Shane bringing an army with him.
Yeah.
Garrett's coming on his way back from winning his card in the UK.
Yep.
I know that I'm hosting like all of Poughkeepsie within my house that weekend. Like just the entire playgroup's just coming.
I'm pretty sure Amsterdam. I think most of almost all the Amsterdam players are coming.
The Maryland players are coming.
Yeah, we're piling in for this event. This event needs to go off for big for Sean. I hope it does. After that, we've got Rockford in
PTC.
the outside of the other Chicago PTC of the year. I think it's at Dizzy Dugout again.
No, I said it at the store, I think.
Oh, somewhere else? Okay.
I believe it's at Top Cut Comics.
Top Cut Comics. Okay.
Considering I sold boxes to them.
And then the final PTC before Worlds, we've got Joe Tonello.
With his
running
net.
at what's the name of the store again, Joe?
Game Cave.
Game Cave in Nashville, and I'm still waiting for confirmation that I can go. Work is not liking my PTO requests lately. They're just like I don't know.
Yes,
If I-
come to the Game Cave. We have board games, tabletop games, and UFS abound all day that day. The store is actually opening early for you guys. I really got to talk to John about getting the pre-order thing up. This is your last chance to get in any sort of practice before Worlds in a larger play group with everybody you know and love. There will not be alcohol at this one. I may or may not produce bad music. We don't know.
And then we got the last final event to announce is obviously Worlds.
January 15th through 17th.
Yeah, in Vegas.
We promise it won't be cold.
And hopefully, sometime in between all of these, we'll have our UFS Indines set.
Yes.
Oh, hopefully some point. We'll see. Well,
Exactly.
all this is making me want to go play some UFS.
Yeah.
All right. So that is it for us tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Thursday.
Yes.
Following Thursday, I will not be in town. I will be in Denver, so there will be no show the
First week of November.
November 5th, there will be no show. I need a vacation from the general vicinity that is Tennessee.
And everyone
I
should
may not.
Okay.
I may not be at I may not be on the show after the 2K because the only night they are showing the third Ghost in the Shell movie and anywhere near me is on a Thursday night.
Third Ghost in the Shell movie.
Okay. For people who don't understand Ghost in the Shell, Ghost in the Shell has 3 different universes: the movie universe and the 2 different TV show universes. The movie universe, the third movie, Ghost in the Shell, the new movie, that's the name of the third one, is the last movie in that universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, I know it's a little bit of my
This is heavy stuff.
heavy stuff to
I
explain.
have not heard anything about a third Ghost in the Shell film.
I've been following it
This is
the
the
past
first
year,
I've heard.
and the dub's already completed, and it's gonna be showing in theaters on the 10th, 11th, and 16th.
Yeah,
It's 13th. I'll send you the link, Joe.
The new
I actually
movie.
saw the trailer for it when I went to go see Love Live back when. So, Brad, thank you for showing.
Oh, it's not a continuation of the movie franchise. It's a continuation of the Arise arc.
Oh, sorry, Arise Arc. My apologies.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Okay, my apology. It's the Arise Arc. That's where it goes.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Sorry,
All right.
I connected the movie to the wrong universe.
All right, so we'll see everybody next week. Brad, thanks so much for joining us. We'll talk to you a little bit after the show, and we will see everybody next time.
Thank you guys, and yeah, it's been great fun. Happy gaming.
All right.
Happy gaming.
Good luck.
to everyone at the
May you
PTC
all
this week.
win all of your pro events.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank
I
you.
can't wait for Exceed.
Awesome.
We
We'll
really
play.
All right.